yang mengangkat tema wanita, persahabatan, pengkhianatan dan juga keberanian. Dan lebih menarik lagi, drama ini lahir daripada bakat muda tempatan yang kini muncul sebagai showrunner, menggabungkan pelakon-pelakon dari pelbagai latar belakang untuk membawa kisah ini ke layar. Dan disokong dengan pengarah hebat. First Wife bukan sekadar drama tapi sebenarnya sebuah cerminan realiti dalam masyarakat kita hari ini. Dan hari ini bersama dengan saya di studio, kita ada showrunnernya iaitu Catalina May Hubbard. Kita ada pengarahnya juga Imri Nasution dan juga salah seorang teraju utama untuk First Wife iaitu Melissa Campbell. Hai, selamat pagi semua, apa khabar?
Hai, selamat pagi.
Hai. Okey, First Wife dijalankan ataupun digerakkan oleh Catalina. Mungkin kita boleh tanya Catalina dululah kan. Bagaimana hasil idea untuk mencipta First Wife ini? Apakah inspirasi di sebalik kisah First Wife?
So, inspirasinya datang daripada viral news stories, celebrity macam marriage breakdown, divorce. So, what I wanted to do is, I think as an outsider kan, kita tengok all this celebrity news, we are interested to guess what happened. But I also wanted to explore when you are in that situation, how do you feel? How do you cope with it? And most importantly for this story is who is with you when you go through the hardest moments in your life. So even though the show talks about marital issues, sebenarnya it's actually a love letter to friendships, the people who are there for you when you're going through that difficult moments. Yeah.
So dia ada banyak message di sebalik satu kisah yang berlaku itu. Bagaimana penerimaan apabila sebagai showrunner Catalina berkata ataupun memberitahu Imri selaku director, okay, I want to do this show. Macam mana Catalina mempersembahkan perkara itu kepada Imri?
So, Imri actually was on the very first project that I was on in Astro Show. I was a producer for Liar. And that's how I got to work with Imri because he's one of the co-directors. And we had a fantastic working relationship, so it's very easy. Imri, I want you on this project. Please do my first show with me. And Imri was immediately yes.
Okay. So bagi Imri, selepas menerima tawaran tersebut, apa idea-idea yang dilontarkan juga sebagai pengarah?
Okay, so pertama sekali terima kasih jemput saya ke sesi ini. Dan actually the first time masa dia invite saya tu, deeply honoured lah to be a part of the project kan. Jadi bila dia lontarkan idea yang it's a story about these two girls and things like that. So saya macam terus saya on. Sebab saya suka chick flick kan, dan saya suka karya-karya yang membincangkan tentang wanita dan situasi-situasi wanita dalam keadaan yang paling tak masuk akal. So saya dengar tu macam okay, I'm on. But I don't know, when we started tu saya terus macam saya rasa benda ni satu benda yang sangat menarik untuk di-explore lah, sebab saya rasa dah lama kita tak ada subject matter sebegini dan treatment sebegini.
Dan kita difahamkan juga sinematografinya, visualnya juga berbeza dengan drama-drama lain, sebab ini adalah hasil daripada Astro Original sikit yang suka memaparkan sisi lain bagi setiap drama itu. Pastinya besar cabaran sebagai pengarah dan juga showrunner yang ada ideanya sendiri juga. Mungkin daripada situ, bagaimana mengatasi cabaran bersama untuk menghasilkan First Wife ini?
So, you start first.
Sebagai showrunner, sebab nanti akan pergi ke pengarah.
So, coming up dengan story tu, I actually had a brilliant team of writers with me. The very first idea, I had a partner to work with, Ilya Karnain, and we came up with the show Bible. Maksudnya, we came up with every point of the story that would happen. We prepared all that, then we gave to our writers. Masa writers room, kita ada macam 3 minggu. We spoke about every aspect of the story, how the characters are feeling, how the relationships are progressing, the plot and everything. So, it was just me and my group of 3 writers, Ilya, Lukman Shigazali and Didia and Peter. So it was a fantastic, fun experience masa tu. And then in terms of production, I already trust Imri, I trust his vision. We had Abang Labu as our DOP and his camera work is beautiful. So once I have created the story, once we have written the script, I could just so readily pass it to Imri to take over. And we had a fantastic production team. So cabaran tu memang tak hebat because the whole team worked so well together.
Mungkin Imri nak tambah sikit?
Ya, saya rasa ini pun first time saya bekerja dengan Labu, our DOP. Fantastic person to work with. And Labu adalah seorang cinematographer yang bercerita dengan kamera. Jadi memang mudah kerja sebagai seorang director sebab bila saya nak sampaikan satu cerita tu, saya ceritakan kepada dia cerita. Dia akan suggest shots. Jadi kita ada banyak kali kita macam ni tak sampaikan cerita ni. Dan kita akan ubah sama-sama. So bekerja sama dengan seorang cinematographer macam Labu tu sangat mudah lah. Jadi kita boleh sampaikan cerita, bukan sahaja teknik.
Okey. Dia menarik perbincangan hari ini sebabkan showrunner dan juga director banyak mengangkat nama-nama di sebalik tabir yang jarang sebenarnya. Selalunya kita akan lihat di end credit lah kan nama-nama tu. Tapi apabila disebut tu dia rasa macam kebanggaan lah kepada mereka yang berada di belakang tabir. Kita nak tanyakan juga kepada Melissa selaku salah seorang terajuk utamanya. Mungkin Melissa boleh ceritakan sinopsis sedikit untuk drama ini.
Synopsis?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, synopsis, The First Wives. So it starts with dua besties that find out their husbands have betrayed them in their own way.
Okay.
And just like in real life, we talked about this before, kan? Kalau you complain kepada your best friend, dia kata, jom, what do you want to do?
Jom.
Kita nak stop your ex ke?
Yeah.
You want me to show up to his house?
Okay.
You want me to destroy his car? I got you, girl, whatever you want. Because sometimes you not complain to, the guys will complain to each other and the guys will just say, chill, bro. But girls would be like, let's go. What do you need? I got you.
Yeah.
So this is what that's about. And the heart is, yes, it's a love story to friendship. We were talking about this before we came on. This is just bringing forward the fantasy. I think what a lot of women sort of go through, or fans, they watch it and they're like, yalla, I've thought about it.
I should have done it.
I should have done it. I should have done it.
Yeah.
So that's why this show is memang so much fun. It's a joy ride. It will make you laugh, it will make you cry. Because at the same time, walaupun situasi yang diorang menghadapi kan seems extreme, but it's real. And kita tak main comedy in this. We played everything realistically and tried to perform it as authentically as possible. So I think with a combination of a good story, and then you have Kat, the showrunner, then you have Imri, you say Abang Labu kan, it was like the holy trio almost. So even when we masuk set kan, you would have Kat there. She's always making sure everything is sort of in line and going towards our North Star, as we say. And then we have Imri, Imri is an actor's director. He's a fantastic actor's director. He built the chemistry between all of us. And you could see that we had, I think when you have fun on set, you can see that the fun translates into the performance, right? And I think it did. I think that's why maybe people are saying like they had fun when they were on set. And then you have Abang Labu. So even when we go on set, Abang Labu himself is also a director. So he would see what we would do and he'd go, oh, macam tu. Okay, and then he would build from there. So consistently, the process of when we're shooting this, everybody macam was building on top of each other and then working. So I don't know, like maybe that the synergy of that was like a perfect maybe recipe. And I don't know, I'm very excited and very proud of this project.
It shows dengan keterujaan itu oleh pelakonnya sendiri. Tapi persoalannya ketika ini adalah bagaimana pemilihan pelakon-pelakon itu dilakukan. Difahamkan terajuk utama lagi seorang tu adalah Mimi Lana yang pada awalnya mungkin reluctant ataupun tidak mahu menerima watak ini disebabkan drama ini mungkin berkonsepkan ada genre humor sedikit dan dia takut untuk bawa watak tersebut. So sebelum kita tanya Melissa cabaran bekerja bersama dengan Mimi Lana, bagaimana pemilihan casting ini dilakukan?
Okay, so Mimi Lana did come in for audition. and we have like a panel.
Dia pun nervous.
It's Imri, it's me, it's my producer, Novel, as well as from Infinitus, there's Mimi Marmosa. And so she had to come in, she read the script, and Imri had an unusual request. So actually, the scenario in the casting script agak lucu sebenarnya. And she had perfect comedic timing. We did not expect it, but she had perfect comedic timing, and we saw she was perfect for the role. And I think
What
I'm
was the
glad
request?
Remember, she was spoilers pula because that scene belum keluar. So I cannot say what the scene is. I can just say it involves an almari, and she was in a very weird situation that she had to take very seriously and act as if she memang patut dalam almari tu.
Sebagai pengarah juga, dah ada senarai pelakon-pelakon ini, mereka juga telah pun melakukan casting dan sebagainya. Bagaimana cabaran untuk menyatukan kesemua pelakon-pelakon yang ada ni, sebab kita faham masing-masing ada kepakaran dan juga ada, saya kira setiap watak yang dibawakan itu berbeza, tetapi untuk mencampur adukkan mereka ini untuk menjadi sebati tu. Macam mana Imri?
So thank you. So apa ni, sebenarnya setiap satu pelakon tu mempunyai dia punya perwatakan sendiri. Macam tadi Syah cakap kan, macam Mimi was agak reluctant dan nervous sebab dia selalunya buat cerita-cerita yang agak heavy kan. Yang ini ada genre humor. So pemilihan dia, sebab kita nampak dia present as serious as possible. Kan. Dan kombinasi tu. So kombinasi macam Mel ada dia punya energy. So when you contrast some energies together, so macam Mimi akan macam lebih macam ni, and then Mel is more like so that contrast of energy usually will work. So what we also did pada awalnya ialah kita ada rehearsal.
Rehearsal is so important.
Kita ada rehearsal, kita banyak physical activities lah. Dan bila kita buat physical activities ni bersama-sama, so kita ada Mel, kita ada Malik, kita ada Mimi, kita ada Charles, kita ada si Zira juga kan join kita sekali. So kita ada banyak physical activities yang kita buat sama-sama, dan itu translate kepada keselesaan untuk bersama. So dia tak ada rasa kejanggalan tu lah. Tapi that physical rehearsal is really needed.
So important. Kena kata that rehearsal kan, because especially really what a comedy or a show that's humorous. Timing dia, establishing the tone. Establishing the trust between the cast. So when you buat rehearsals macam ni, even though it's not always serious, kita main game, baling bola. We do all these, we're playing all these kind of games, and then you buat rehearsals, and you know, in the end of the day, rehearsals is mostly so you get comfortable with each other. So when you go on set, kan, you can relax, you can play, and you can take in all the information, the set, the wardrobe, the art, everything to go into that. But at first, you have to trust, right? Maybe also trust the director, trust the other actors. But trust is also, so what happens when you have that trust, can you develop this silent understanding? And this silent understanding is very important, because when you go onto the set, I don't know what you're doing in other scenes, kan? We don't know. And if you don't do that, then you will have that where we're all playing different things. Because at the end of the day, the ensemble is very important. The whole, kan? You can't just have maybe one person. If one person is or one performance you think is
dia janggal lah, dia macam
dia ada awkwardness dekat situ, dan tak sampailah message yang cuba disampaikan itu. You want to add on more?
No.
Sebab more to come lepas ni, ada beberapa lagi soalan yang akan kita tanyakan, tapi kita perlu berhenti seketika. Kita kembali lagi selepas ini.
5 lelaki penghantar makanan didakwa di Mahkamah Majistret Bangi atas tuduhan membunuh seorang pemandu kereta lelaki dalam satu kejadian.
4 sungai di sekitar kawasan perindustrian Pasir Gudang di Johor termasuk Sungai Kim Kim didapati tercemar dan berada pada tahap yang membimbangkan. Kerajaan sudah mulakan inisiatif untuk menggantikan kenderaan operasinya kepada kenderaan elektrik EV dalam skala kecil terlebih dahulu.
Okey, bertemu kembali dalam AWANI Pagi. Hari ini kita membawakan perkembangan ataupun laporan berkenaan dengan drama First Wife. Bersama dengan saya di studio ketika ini adalah showrunner First Wife, Catalina May Hubbard. Kita ada pengarah dia juga, Imri Nasution, dan juga salah seorang terajuk utama, kita ada Melissa Campbell. Banyak yang dah kita bincangkan tadi. Mungkin anda tanya kepada Kat jugalah. Dalam banyak-banyak drama, dan kita tahu kali ini drama yang dipersembahkan oleh Astro Originals, dia lain daripada yang lain. Tapi kita dah biasa dengar, semua drama pun lain daripada yang lain. But I would like to true. That's true. Yeah, so semua orang akan claim drama I semua lain.
I've run out of things to say. Lain.
So for First Wife sendiri, kita tukar sikit lah. Apa uniknya kali ni?
Okay.
So the keunikan is, okay, it does touch on marital issues. Memang ada banyak cerita penyondol dah semua.
Okay.
But underneath the surface, within a marriage, I also wanted to kind of like explore. There's an imbalance tau, tanggungjawab suami dan isteri. Especially now, the modern woman is also working. So both sides are working, both sides have the stress of work. But for women, there is an additional expectations running the household. Mental load dia memang beban dia macam agak tinggi. And whereas for men, it's like, oh, you kerja, you provide for the family, that's all you have to do. And there is like weaponized incompetence in that.
Okay.
Men can be like, how I know? What you want, you just tell me what to do. Or I don't know how to do it properly, so I don't want to make you angry, I won't do.
Okay.
And all these things, right, the mental load on women, the stress of running the household while working at the same time, it builds resentment in a relationship. These are like small things daily that can make or break a relationship, even though it seems like tak penting sangat. It's tiring. And a lot of the time also women are forced to fall back on their best friends as emotional support in their lives. So I wanted this story to explore like the ramifications of that. So yang itulah yang lain daripada lain.
Itulah dia yang unik untuk First Wife
And
ini.
can I add? I have to add, that's why Kat's writing is, I think, so beautiful, and why the show is nuanced. It's not like we are telling you and saying it in the dialogue straightforwardly. She'll write it into a scene where, like, Michelle's character comes home and the rubbish is not taken out.
Yeah.
And she's like, kan I dah cakap dah berapa kali, I dah cakap, they just take out the trash.
Okay.
But behind the scenes, Michelle has just come from a night of doing some illegal things. Because she's had to, right? And then she comes home and she's like, I've just been out saving the family. Tak boleh lah you just angkat the trash to do it.
Yeah.
You know, and then they have a bit of a conflict there. And it's not a huge conflict, but it's in those scenes like that that you're like,
I can relate to that. When people watch it, I can relate to that.
correct.
Okay,
And
okay.
that's a lot. That's what the way the show, it's these very simple things that we go through in every life, but the situations that we are watching them go through it is what's different.
It's the daily heartbreaks
Yeah.
that really like hurts the most.
It's
I
the
think.
reality, actually.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Mel, I would like to ask you, how do you feel when you were offered this role? So, especially, bila kita tengok Mel pun bila ceritakan berkenaan dengan watak ini, dia dah menjiwai sepenuhnya. Tapi apabila Mel mendapat watak ini, how do you feel?
Oh, I'm so happy. It's a dream role. Honestly, it's a dream role, a dream project with a dream team. And I already knew like the combinations where I was like, this is something special. Not every day that you will come across a project like this that I think is pushing, that I don't say pushing the boundaries, because I think that it's just more like I feel like finally it's like presenting a story and for me, a character that is so filled, there's so much of this world that I can play with, and I believe in it because I've gone through this in my real life as well. And I think that if I can, as an actor, have a project where I can be this character, and hopefully that our work will make someone feel seen. You'll watch it and you'll be like, oh yeah, like that's how I feel, because I think we've seen maybe similar stories like this, but maybe for foreign projects. But I don't think we've seen that here locally with local sentiment, because at the end of the day, our local DNA, our culture, that is all really part of it. And so it's that representation.
So itu yang akan membuatkan penonton yang menonton merasakan mereka didengari menerusi drama ini. So untuk bercakap berkenaan dengan penghasilan seterusnya lah kan. Sebab kita dah tahu First Wife dah ada, syutingnya pun dah selesai kan, penggambaran dah selesai, cuma episod akan ditayangkan setiap minggu di Astro On Demand, dan juga adalah saluran-saluran yang akan ditayangkan. Tapi melihat ke hadapan, mungkin sebagai pengarah, Imri, this is one of the drama yang boleh dijadikan sebagai inspirasi ataupun contoh kepada drama-drama lain yang mungkin dari segi sinematografinya boleh diambil, dari segi cerita rakyat ataupun cerita dalam masyarakat kita yang juga diangkat. Bagaimana ia boleh menjadi role model untuk drama-drama lain yang sudah-sudahlah tu bagi cerita yang tipikal.
No pressure.
Saya rasa sebenarnya yang utamanya ialah mungkin kita punya cara kerja. So kalau nak dicontohkan pun is cara kerja, sebab disiplin daripada permulaannya ialah skrip. Skrip. So kalau skrip tu dah kita tidak siap, jadi kita tak dapat nak hasil. Sebab lokasi tu sebenarnya untuk kita menghasilkan aja. Kita bercerita time skrip. Jadi sebenarnya kalau nak contoh, itulah dia. Kita start dengan skrip yang solid, kita dah ready, jadi di lokasi kita hanya execute. Tak ada masa nak tiba-tiba time lokasi baru nak bercerita. Jadi di lokasi kita hanya menambah baik dan merealisasikan apa yang kita dah ceritakan di masa pre-production. Jadi itu yang utamanya lah. Kita dah discover a lot of the things. Sebab masa di lokasi sebenarnya ada banyak magic yang boleh berlaku. Bila kita dah sampai ke set kan, kalau set tu dengan Adipat yang dah buat kerja yang dahsyat kan, kita dah dapat set yang cantik, dia punya magic akan berlaku. Tiba-tiba watak-watak, correct me if I'm wrong, actors bila sampai ke set dan set tu hidup, you will see the magic happen. Jadi di situ yang, so kita tak nak ubah skrip lagi dah. Kita hanya menambah baik. Kita mencantikkan lagi. Dari segi cerita, saya rasa cerita ni memang satu cerita yang sebenarnya it's macam Kat cakap lah, dah ada, kita dah ada. It's just the practice is, kita kena praktiskan sistem kerja yang macam gitulah. Dan saya rasa the support group is amazing lah. I mean right now pun saya surrounded by women. So bila korang cakap I can I'm like, oh no. So I think it's the same thing in the project First Wife ni. I'm surrounded by support group yang sangat bagus. So I've got like the showrunner Kat as a woman, and then I've got like Gaia as the producer, and then I've got Mimi as a line producer, and then of course we've got Justina as the green lead person, and my wife as well, who really bila I baca skrip, I akan baca pada dia. Dia akan cakap,
betul lah tu.
So I'm surrounded by support group yang bagus. So I think those are the kind of things when you absorb from everyone around you, so then the hasil tu akan jadi lah.
Okey. Dan satu lagi saya rasa keunikan juga untuk First Wife ini adalah apabila ia dihasilkan oleh anak-anak muda tempatan juga yang sebenarnya dah bekerja rapat dalam produksi. So dia ada peluang untuk menghasilkan karya sendiri. Bagi Kat sendiri, how is this actually an opportunity, larger opportunity kepada bakat-bakat muda di luar sana untuk sebenarnya berani tampil dengan idea yang tadi kita cakap lain daripada lain kan, ini kita cakap idea yang luar biasa pula, yang bukan back to it, bukan typical.
Okay, so honestly, looking at my background, I sebenarnya lawyer. I didn't study film, I studied law. And so happened, I managed to masuk Astro Shaw production. And Justina believed in me despite my background. She said, okay, first project, you pergi kat set layar. That was our Astro original together where I met Imri. And then after that, I had the opportunity to be in writer's room for Framed, for Exchange. Exchange was created by Lemuel Ong. He is also a young showrunner. He's only 1 year older than me. And we were both trained by Elfie Palermo, which is the creator of One Centif. So I think it's kind of like you never imagine. My dream as a child was to be a writer. Tapi I never imagined that I could do it. And Astro Shaw was, I'm very grateful to Astro Shaw for taking the risk on me. And just within a few projects, so I wrote for Framed by Carl Gunting, and then I wrote for Exchange, and suddenly they were like, Kat, make a show. Okay. Okay, kita cuba. Kita usahakan. So I think for people out there who are dreaming, it can happen. You just have to take the chance. Yeah.
Okay, menarik perkongsian itu. Tapi bagi Mel selaku pelakon, mungkin Mel boleh kongsikan sedikit harapan. What are your hopes for this drama dan juga apa penonton boleh expect untuk episod-episod yang akan datang?
Yeah. My hopes for this show. Wow. I mean, my hopes for this show is, of course, the more eyes that see it. So tune in. I would say give it a shot. I know there's some people like mungkin maybe are a little bit skeptical or jaded, but I do think that we're in a very nice renaissance of like shows in Malaysia at the minute. Finally, I feel like I'm like, yes, see what we can do. And so this is one of those. So at the end of the day, I'm like, please watch it. Share about it, talk about your friends, share. I'm always like, share the clips. Where I'm watching, I'm reading your feedback, I'm reading your comments. Yeah, I think that's it. That's all I can say. At the end of the day, we just put out the work. It's for y'all to go and take it and run with it and do what you want.
Alright, kita pun dah tak banyak masa lagi. Mungkin sedikit daripada Imri dan juga Kat, apa agaknya harapan dan juga apa yang akan dijanjikan kepada penonton. Imri dulu dan kita end it with Kat.
Saya rasa First Wife ni dia roller coaster. So kita akan mula dengan happy and then it will most likely change. So but doesn't mean that the characters stay. So you're gonna love the characters. Kita akan sayang karakter ni. Cuma senario yang diorang akan hadapi tu mungkin berubah. Jadi itu yang harapan saya, audience akan tengok dan stay true dengan dia punya watak-watak yang disayang.
Okay, Kat, di mana mereka boleh tonton dan juga selaku showrunner, what are your, orang kata, last words lah kepada penonton, terutamanya apabila mereka melihat bakat-bakat anak muda yang menghasilkan cerita-cerita sebegini?
Okay, so first I want to thank audiences sebab so far First Wife dapat sambutan yang hangat. Kalau you excited nak tengok, you boleh tengok kat Astro On Demand. Midnight Friday dah boleh layan. Kalau tak, is also on Astro Ria and Astro Citra. And I hope that for anyone watching this, you akan dapatkan message bahawa the strength is within you to go through any of like the challenges in your life. And there are people around you who are your guardian angels. So I hope you enjoy.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Okay, itu pun nantilah kita nantikan episod-episod seterusnya untuk First Wife. Terima kasih kita ucapkan kepada showrunner First Wife, Catalina May Harbert. Kita juga ada pengarahnya Imri Nasution dan pelakon utama untuk First Wife Melissa Campbell. Thanks guys for coming. Dan saya kira itu saja perkongsian untuk AWANI Pagi hari ini. Sekian, saya Nur Syazwani Safacam. Kita jumpa lagi.